President Biden spoke at the UN. The Americans freed in a prisoner swap with Iran made their way back home and are finally on U.S. soil again. Despite the deal, the U.S. did impose new sanctions on Iran today. The president concluded his message by saying Iran should never possess nuclear weapons.
And speaking of those Americans freed from Iran, one of them has ties to Westchester County. 51-year-old Siamak Namazi graduated from White Plains High School back in 1989 and still has family living in Yonkers. He was the longest held of the American prisoners in Iran and the first off the jet that landed in Virginia early this morning. You can see the relief on his face now that he's back on American soil. That feeling of relief shared with family members who have been waiting years for this day. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis spoke with Namazi's uncle. He lives in White Plains, and he's live in White Plains with the very latest. Marcus.
And Liz, the family says they never gave up hope, but seriously wondered when and if this day would come to pass after previous negotiations had broken down. Siamak Namazi now enjoying day one of freedom on U.S. soil after spending the last 2,898 as a political prisoner. Back on U.S. soil, 5 Americans held in Iran arrived early this morning in Washington, D.C. Among them, Siamak Namazi, who had spent the longest time in captivity, nearly 8 years. He was met by his parents and brother.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We haven't had this moment in over 8 years.
And watching it all from his home in Yonkers, Namazi's uncle, who sums up the feeling this way.
Top of the world finally, after going through 8 years of anguish.
Namazi was born in Iran, spent his teenage years in Westchester, graduating from White Plains High School in 1989. The businessman was accused of spying by the Iranian regime and sentenced to 10 years. Incredibly, his father was told he could visit his son only to be jailed himself for 2 years, held in the same prison, though the two were never allowed contact with one another. Namazi's uncle says Siamak demonstrated tremendous resiliency in phone conversations.
He realized how much we are suffering on his behalf, and he would try to cheer us up instead of us trying to cheer him. And he would crack jokes and so that we would not come to know of the ordeal he's going through.
In exchange, Iran gained access to $6 billion that had been frozen. Critics say the deal will embolden the regime to take more Americans hostage. The Biden administration says the money is earmarked for humanitarian aid.
This was about getting our Americans home. It was not about trying to ping it to the nuclear deal or to ping it to other behavior by Iran.
Among those released, Morad Tabaz from Weston, Connecticut. Freedom! For all, there is a lot of catching up to do.
Look at the time of his life that he could have done so many good things. But 8 years is a long time.
Well, up next for those former prisoners, they'll spend a few days being medically evaluated, and then for Namazi, he'll spend 2 weeks at a location in Washington, D.C., reconnecting with family. And we're live in White Plains. Marcus Solis, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Just such an incredible sight. Marcus, thank you. And as Marcus mentioned, Namazi isn't the only one with local ties. Morad Tabaz lives with his family in Weston, Connecticut before his arrest in Iran 5 years ago. Representative Jim Himes says Tabaz will likely be back in Connecticut later this week. His daughter lives in New York City and has been outspoken about her father's detention. She told Reuters back in April that her father suffered from prostate cancer and has had COVID 3 times during his imprisonment. In a statement, his family said that they were overjoyed and relieved that he is back home.